Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going for an online class, how to publish research paper through innovative academic research publishers. We have our president from India, Mr. Shankar. Mr. Shankar, how are you today? And do you want to share some of your experience about research and innovation?
I'm good, Prof. I'm good. Looking forward to the research papers, how to apply and how to do it and take it forward.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, this is the Innovative Academic Research Publishers from France. And we do focus. I know that people like you, those who are business people, they have key elements of publishing research paper for policy development, for doing feasibility study. So, you have to go for a peer review process for that. You have to go for hands-on activities and so on. So when I say about publishing is the chief currency in this universe, the main source of validations on research and often the key indicator of the academic success. Promotion and tenure committed value peer review publications above all, that is regrettably even above critical performance or community services. So if you focus on our overall process, this is task of writing a research paper can be daunting, even with groundbreaking research unless the paper is correctly written. At best, publication will be delayed, at worst, never published. Goal is to provide an overview of how to write a well-structured research paper for publication. So here is the process. I know, Mr. Shankar, you have a plan to go for your PhD program. So we go for primary research and discovery. We have to do this writing and submissions of the paper. We have to go for peer review and acceptance of the paper. You have to go for publish of article, dissemination and acceptance of the research and secondary research and so on. So there are few issues our innovative academic research publisher follow. We go for ethical issue, style and language, structure of paper, component of the paper, article submission, journey sections, publish, process, peer review, and so on. So when we discuss about ethical issues, disclose of conduct of interest is very important for us. Acknowledge of funding source, image manipulation guidelines, online submissions, supplementary informations, health science submissions of a critical trial to a central registry, institutional review and board approval is very important. And when we discuss about style and language, refer to the journals, author's guide for note on the style. Some author write their paper with a specific journal in mind, otherwise write the paper and then adapt it to fit the style of the journal they subsequently choose. Object is to report your findings and conclusion clearly and concisely as possible. When we discuss about language and style, which is the major challenges for our South Asia. So complex language not needed, poorly written manuscript get rejected. If English is not your first language, find a native English speaker to review the content and language of the paper before submitting. Regardless of primary language, find a college or colleagues or editor to review the content and language the paper. So structure of a paper, scientific writing follow a rigid structure, a format development over hundred of years. Consequently, a paper can be read at several levels. Some people just will refer to the lead title, other may read only the title and abstract, other will reading the paper for a deeper understanding. So this is the component. We do focus on title, author, abstract, keyword, instructions, method, result, discussion, acknowledgement, reference, and appendix. So when we discuss about author only include those who have made an intellectual contribution to the researchers, or those who will publish, defend the data and conclusions, and who have approved the final versions. Order of the names of the author can vary from discipline to discipline. When we focus on title, describe the paper content clearly and precisely, include keyword. Is the advertisement for the article? Do not use abbreviations and jargons. Search engine and index database depend on the accuracy of the title, since they use the keyword to identify relevant article. An abstract is a brief summary in between 150 words, the problem, the method, the resource, result, and consequences. Together, the title and the abstract should stand on their own. So when we write our introductions, problem being investigated, we have to clarify background that explain the problem, reason for conducting the research is very important. We have to focus on summarize relevant research to provide context, state how your work differ from publishing work, identify the question you are answering, explain what other findings, if any, you are challenging or extending. Brief describe the experiment, hypothesis, research question, general experiment design, and methods is important. In the method, provide the readers enough details so they can understand and replicate your research. Explain how you studied the problem, identify the procedure you follow. Explain new methodology is details, otherwise name the methods and the cited the previous published work. Include the frequency of observation, what type of data were recorded. Be precise, is describe measurement and include error of measurement or research design limit. So when we focus on result, objective presently your findings and explain what was found, show that you newly result are contributed to the body in the scientific knowledge. Also, we have to go for a logical sequence based on the table and figure present the findings to the answer, the questions or hypothesis. Also, we have to figure out figure should have a brief descriptions and providing the readers sufficient information to know how the data were produced. We have to go for conclusion, describe what your result mean in the context of what was already known about the subject, indicate how the result related to the expectations, explain how the research has moved the body in the scientific knowledge. Do not extend your conclusion beyond what is directly supported by your result. Outline the next steps for further study. And here is the reference whether you draw your upon previously published work, you must acknowledge the source. Any information not from your experiment and not common in the knowledge and reference and everything is very important. Um, and Mr. Shankar, are you with me and can you share some of your experience?
In fact,
Mr.
my area, hello,
Yes, yes.
yeah, my area of interest and research is to find out how and where is India right now with regards to foreign direct investment, what is working and what is not working, so that the data that I would collect would actually help me to understand how these new wave technologies can get to the point where India is declaring that we are getting into the $1 trillion market. So, my point is we have the traditional approach, we have the policies, and we have the marketing going on in a big way about brand India. But what is coming in the way? Is there enough talent? Is the kind of knowledge required for the new economy available, and what needs to be done? So this is the broad guideline on which I'm trying to find out what is the gap and what is it that the current situation is, what needs to be done, and how can we take it forward in order to match and go beyond and see how this can be internetworked with other global, like the global north. How can we match their requirements and take it forward through university industry partnership? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Like, do you have any article previously you write any books?
Yes, I have written an article on FDI attraction and how technology integration can help. Besides that, I have a book that I have written that how to navigate through India's particular situation for international companies coming in. Yeah.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So when you discuss about this kind of things, we uh, basically it's basically like case study, different kind of industrial case studies and other things, and what it called the different kind of business studies. I'm just sharing
Yeah.
some of the informations that how your research paper you can
Yeah.
publish to our Innovative Academic Research Institute.
Sure.
So
Sure.
here is the different industries, different area departments. We do focus this innovative academic research publishers. We do focus on international relations. I think this is the area you are focusing on, right? The global south
Yeah.
and global north relationship. Also
Yeah.
geopolitics. Geopolitics also a major issues for right now. And also your another area is business and management, if I'm not
Yeah.
if I'm correct. So you can
Yeah.
see we already publish books on innovation, agriculture, and the process. We do focus on immutable laws of geopolitical issues. We do focus on economics of talent management and artificial intelligence. And then I think that you can focus on science and technologies, healthcare, and art, and definitely IT means information technology. But I want to say in the present era, we do focus on artificial intelligence because a lot of good things is happening, and you have involvement in AI and AI related companies. So what's going on in your part of the world about AI and artificial intelligence?
Well, there's a lot of talent, and universities have inculcating students to incorporate AI. And what I have discovered is for us to take it forward, one common denominator is energy. And energy, data, and
Mhm.
AI are coming together. And if one can harness that, and if technologies can come in that space, then there will be the incoming of the new wave of IoT and wireless technologies, and how smart cities can actually do what they claim to be doing. And that requires a lot of management in energy. But energy alone cannot do, because there can be wastage, there can be disconnectedness, which doesn't allow the IoTs to really perform at the highest level, for which I'm suggesting that AI and energy comes together to actually build it. So that's what is happening in our part of the world, and IITs are working on it. But with your help, sir, we can actually coordinate and bring in some of the templates that are being used internationally and see how that can fit in to take it to the next level. Yeah.
Excellent. Honorable King Kelvin, you are also doing a lot of projects, especially housing and so on. So, also my friend, our president from India, they are heavily developing their Olympic cities and all of the things. So, King, as you are focusing on city development, education, and healthcare, so can you share some of your experience regarding research and innovations? How you build up your policy, how you actually helping your community to through research and innovations and all other things? King, can you? Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sharif. Right now, like we all know, the world is changing. And when the world is changing, you need to change yourself. You understand? So, in terms of housing, they have so many modern houses and all those establishment and all, things are advancing. But when you look at in my country here, it's like we are still more like 300 years backwards because things that are supposed to be done faster, it will take like a whole year that you will not even have no result on it. And at the end of the day, money is being wasted. So with your technology, we know that it can boost the way of doing things, and our research in this country will also move faster as well.
Mhm. Excellent. In Africa, I just want to know how you do for research. How do you go for this critical component when you say housing project? So, how do you do industrial research and everything?
Like I told you here, they have a research center, but actually you don't know what the people they are doing over there. So you see, someone like me, I don't sleep. I always go in the areas and find out the problems over there. The one that I know that I can handle on my own, I try to do it to solve the problem for the people. But since when we were just talking, I see your initiative will help me more to do more a lot of research in my country by training the people to know who they are and what they can also offer to their community.
Yeah, here is one of the things my friends, Mr. Shankar, they are working with IIT, they are working with Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and the Gift City. Mr. Shankar, like how this industry academy work in India. Can you share with us?
We are working with IITs. That is basically from Chennai and IIT Gandhinagar. So what we are trying to bring is the ability to bring soft skills, which is what my partner company Skitter has brought in, and they would easily. What is required today is not the earlier skill. What is required is how to perform well in the new economy, in the new technology, in globalization, and they're bringing a dojo-based, AI-based education system, which is basically 15 to 20 minutes, quick turnaround of educating and skill development, what we call as upskilling for the new environment. So basically, they understand what is required by the companies and what exactly is required by an ex worker and how quickly they can turn the abilities around. And for that, they have developed a system of being able to learn and upskill themselves anytime they want. It doesn't have to be in one time at a certain place or anything. They get it on their mobile and they keep educating themselves and refreshing themselves to match the requirement of that technology in that special sector. So that's the big gap which we are trying to fill in. Yeah.
Excellent. Honorable King, I think you can get some synergy through this industry academic relationship from South Asia. Like IIT, they have all of the brilliant people. Secondly, that's why I invite you emergency basis that why don't you join? It's a real industrial research, what you see in Stanford University or MIT or Harvard. That is the things I'm developing in Paris with the Paris Graduate School with this innovative academic research publishers. So, Honorable King, how do you think this model, this industry academic relationship with theory and practice will be helpful for your country, for your empire?
Yeah, this is going to help greatly because you see, like when you look at our education system over here, I can tell you that they are not educating us. They are rather even educating us to be mad people. Because look at in our country over here, they only teach us how to read and write.
Mhm.
We speak English that we don't even understand the English that we are speaking, like what you were just demonstrating the other time. Because you see, the person has to speak the English and he or she have to understand what he's talking about. But here in my country, they only employ people with pen and paper, but not people with wisdom. So they end up there, waste our money, and then nothing like a skills training.
Mhm.
And this thing has been problem. That is why you see Africa is still backwards because we are not growing thinkers. We only grow people who think around their circles, but not people who think in and out of the box. How to know that, oh, with this, I can change this to make this, or I can add value to this. That is why you see our resources, they end up giving our resources to somebody with peanuts, whereby they don't know that they can turn the resources to build their own countries as well. So you see, with this initiative, it's going to help to train the youth to be how to be useful in their community, not to be useless.
Thank you. That is the things like we are taking the initiative of employability, like from training, research oriented training through employability. Like everyone get their jobs and all of the things. And unemployment is the biggest problem. Even in India, in Bangladesh, like around 45% people unemployed and the youth are unemployed. So we are solving these things through our research and innovative solutions. So for this innovative academic research, there is a code of conduct for scientific book publications and volume dictators. We have our introductions. We can go for book proposal. Let's say from Africa, from India. Let's say Shankar, you can do your PhD with our Paris graduate schools, or Honorable King, you can finish a PhD because through your journey You can go for detailed research about your things, and through this process, you can demonstrate to the through this peer review process, and you can target your audience, market potential, fit, and publishing portfolio. And through this process, you can invite more impact investor through for your smart city program, for your home housing development program. So when we say this peer review process, we have a very structured, organized, and structured process. We select contribute authors, we verify author information, critically review approach, clarify doubt, and maintain professional communications. We go for peer review process. We go for originality and prior publications. And if we find any conflict of interest like source of informations, grant, reimbursement, employment, stock, patent, consulting advisory, editorial board, and so on, and presentation relationship, we can work. And Mr. King, you are from Pacific Rim Business Council. You are also president for Africa. So these business innovation centers, they can help to grow the patent. Let's say, honestly speaking, most of the cases, the emerging economy, like Africa, like Uganda, like Ghana, like Bangladesh, like Nepal, or any other places, we do not have enough patent. So we cannot go for independent innovations and constructions or producing our own product, right? Africa has their own lot of products. So who is the intellectual owner for Africa? Like you have maybe agricultural products, maybe you have housing product. So you need to own your intellectual property. So and through our research and innovation centers, we can help Africa to introduce this how they can patent their innovation, how you can own your business, how you can own your intellectual property, and so on. On the other hand, India also have a lot of talent, but they have a brilliant transformation process like IIT. But still, India is a very big country. There are a lot of peoples. They can contribute in the business. So innovation through patent, through research paper publications, and so on. And for this particular issues, we maintain the confidentiality, ethical concern, and professional conduct, and so on. And we organize conference. I'm just sharing that we have some sort of conference like future ready business. What always, Mr. Shankar, you come up with the idea. So we do focus on marketing. I believe Shankar and Honorable Kings, both of them, you are very good at sales and marketing. You have a very depth understanding and about finance and artificial intelligence. So this second month in February, we do artificial intelligence for inclusive growth. Third month, we go for smart marketing and consumer behavior, digital economy. April, we go for fintech, finance, and economic resilience, which is very, very important for finance, policy, and innovations. Also, we go for human capital, human resource development. I think both of the country, like South Asia, like Bangladesh, like India, you need a lot of contributions, these things. Another things, I always believe wisdom is something which will give us the leadership quality, which is give us the ethical governance, and so on. Also, climate initiative, green finance, all of the things is very important for emerging economy. I believe, Mr. Kelvin, you are doing affordable housing. We have very, very special affordable housing and sustainable and rural development conference. Also, we have agriculture, agribusiness, and village development related activities. We have healthcare management and innovation. We have policy, public policy, and sustainable development, and so on. So why we go for this academic framework? When you go with this academic framework, it's mean that you have depth knowledge about your ecosystem, you have depth understanding about your problem, you have very depth understanding about business, and you produce the new innovations. Maybe in the future you can select for Nobel Prize in economics, in physics, in chemistry, from Africa, from India. And secondly, your investors, Western world, through this process, they may trust you. that you have detailed work, they will trust you and they will engage with you. So, Honorable King, how you want to contribute? What do you think? Is it valuable for your African Youth Kingdom and so on?
Yeah, with this initiative, I can tell you it's more than 1,000,000% go. So that at least all what I want is our youth in Africa have to think. They have to be fast thinkers, not looters.
Mhm.
You see, upon my tour across the entire Africa, I found out that God bless us and gave us everything. But yet still we are poor. We are poor means we have to know that there are some wires in some of our people's head that is not working, which we have to make it work. Because we have the resources, we have the manpower, name them whatever you think of. But yet still we are still backwards, waiting for foreign aid. You know, like I always said, a true leader don't wait for somebody to move, but he rather move and the people will follow. But here is the case, we are waiting for the Western world to come and help us. Whilst we have everything that we can help ourselves. So with this
Exactly.
initiative, trust me, with the partnership with us, I think it's going to wake up my youth to understand. Like for instance, let me put myself as an example. When I was growing up, my father did not teach me to take anything free. Whatever my father gave to us, you work for it and he will give it to you. That is what has made me up to now. So I don't value anything free. When you want to give me something free, thank you. I'm okay. Because I know everything free has a consequence at the back. That is not what my people even don't know. And here in the case that you see them with big grammar, with less common sense. Grammar is not what makes you a sensible person. Your attitude and your actions tells who you are, not what comes out of your mouth.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. So that is the things I want to work with you. I want to support your initiative. I want to add values for your country, for your empire. That's why we are promoting research and innovations, because through this process you have your own knowledge, you have your own business, you have your own better policy, you have your own business innovations, and through this process you can uplift your youth, right? African youth community, African youth kingdom. And that is the way, according to Adam Smith, there is a three reasons that was the richest communities in this world. One is the South Asia, right? Before this, like even this European revolution, this North American revolution, one is South Asia, another one is China, and another one is Africa, western part of Africa, this western part of China, as well as this Bongo and all other things. So if you focus on this research, new innovations, new publications, new knowledge creations, you have your own confidence, and you are very correct with your things. I think we have our others speaker. Can you share anything? What it call her love, honorable love? Do you want to share anything with us? Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so far my king has elaborated a lot on what we're doing here in Ghana, and it's also across board. We want to extend it across board, all our African countries. We are trying to equip the youth to be able to be sustainable. They should be able to stand on their own and then voice out what is needed to be done for them, but not only the government coming in to decide what they need to be done. And for now, the youth, the way the curriculums we are developing is to help them analyze where the government are going wrong, and they standing to defend what needed to be done for them,
Mhm,
for the countries to grow, because they are the future leaders.
mhm.
We are training them in aspect of agriculture, the aspect of education. We have security trainings that we'll be doing for them, and other workshops we are putting all together to make sure that we lift them to a height that
Mhm,
they themselves will come out and they will have to hold the countries high for the world
mhm,
to see that Africa, they are now awake
mhm,
to take what belongs to them.
mhm, mhm. Excellent. Mr. Shankar, you want to add some point regarding your impact investment attractions through research paper publication, through research and innovation?
Yes, I mean, now the world is going from technology to human capital. And impact investment simply means that we are bringing what is called the Society 5.0. And everything that is we are trying to do with the new SDG technologies and all the research that we do will be high impact for humans. So we are creating the social capital, and this will definitely help us to use our data and to predict and prescribe how it is time, form, and distance that we are able to achieve. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the things like we are offering the PhD program. Only we focus on PhD, as well as we need leaders like you, mature leaders like you, for doing all of the PhD in business, in artificial intelligence, in impact investment, and so on. So we do focus on this research and innovations, and we are welcome you all in our university for doing PhD and publishing your papers. And through this process, we can move in an effective way, and we can build up a knowledge-oriented society, which is our objective. How we can build this knowledge-oriented society and how we can make a meaningful contribution for us. So, Honorable King, what's your closing remarks for today? And thank you for joining these sessions. And through this process, you actually enlighten your community. You make a global network, global relationship, which is very, very good. And you are dynamic leader. You are like a catalyst for Africa. You are doing all of the good things for your country. So I want to appreciate your things, and I want to see that you finish your PhD with us and publish some high quality impactful paper with
Thank
us.
you very much.
Yes.
Okay, my closing remark for this thing is that, like I say, honorable love is here. We are going to add this into our curriculum over here to make sure that we teach this thing as an extra curriculum for our youth across the globe as well, to also know themselves, not to go to school and then come and look for job. Even while you are in school, you can create something for yourself. You understand? So I believe in those things. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we have people's hard love. Can you add something like a closing remarks?
Yes, we are happy and privileged to have such an innovative leader like our king at this moment, that is helping shaping the youth and leading them into leadership roles. And we are asking that as we start this, we believe that other people will come on board to give helping hand financially and whatever we need to push this agenda to higher heights so that Africa we shall smile again.
Yeah, yeah. And that is the things we believe. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is something through this process you can ask. I love my Indian friends because around the world, if you go to Silicon Valley and other the places, I saw a lot of African talent. Also, the Silicon Valleys specifically, I'm a big fan of all of the big companies. You can find that IIT graduate and IIT alumni, they become the CEO for Microsoft, for Google's, because for their knowledge, right? For their professionalism and so on. So that is the things I want to integrate it with this Indian community, with the South Asian community, with this African community. Mr. Shankar, what's your closing remarks? And definitely we want good leader like you who can pursue PhD, Go for scientific innovations and publish it, and help your government to develop better policy. And through this process, the impact investors and the big company, they trust your initiative and they go for invest India. So, Mr. Shankar, what's your closing remarks?
Thanks, Professor. In fact, my closing remark is that we want to bring the best of both worlds, the global north and the global south, and integrate something for a new world economy where we integrate the human side and the technology side and bring the new order in a way that there is great impact from India to the West, because there is so many things that India has. Once structured and systematically developed, we can take it forward and be one of the biggest exports from India, technologically speaking, and social impacts way that we can bring it all together.
Mhm. Thank you, Mr. Shankars. Our partnerships and collaborations can bring more success for South Asia, more success for global communities. And thank you, Honorable King, for joining this program, and his partners and his colleagues to joining in this program. And we do focus on research and innovation, so we need more people, more inventors, more scientists, more policymakers, more politicians and corporations and government agencies to join in this ecosystem. Thank you everyone for joining today's sessions. Thank you. Bye-bye and take care.
Thank you, Dr. Sharif. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.